Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm here to share a card for the Jewish New Year with you. I've seen lots of questions popping up in stamping groups about cards, and so I thought we should make one together. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. So for this card, we're going to start with a piece of Whisper White, and I've got some scrap paper here, and a piece of a stamping sponge and my Seaside Spray ink. And we're just going to pounce off here a second, because as I blend on, if I pounce off first, then I don't end up with that this sponge texture that you can see over here. And while it takes a little bit longer, you'll be happier with the outcome. And I'm just kind of creating a frame here. We're not going to color the whole everything blue. And you'll notice that even though after I have pounced off, I'm starting my inking off the cardstock. And again, that's a way to help that keep your texture smooth. And I just like these two sections to meet a little closer. And we're going to leave the main part of the card white in the center here. Let me just blend on just a little more. And even though we haven't come in very far on this, it gives the appearance that more of it is blue. Okay, so that takes care of our background. I don't need to close this up. We're going to do some stamping now. Let's move both of these out of the way. Next, we're going to use the Make a Difference stamp set to create our sentiment. Let me set that out of the way. I've got a piece of Whisper White here, and we're just going to take our letters and stamp along with the Seaside Spray ink. We've got an Okay, that's our first word. I'll stamp the second one. You get the idea, and be right back. Okay, so now we need to trim our sentiment out, and I'm just going to follow the lines of the words. And let's come in here just a little bit. And around that just a little bit to emphasize that apostrophe. And then I'm just coming back out here to the end. Okay, so there's our sentiment. Let me move the scraps and my snips out of the way. And while we have this here, I'm going to go ahead and put some mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back, and then it will be all ready for us. feel like my fingers are getting in my way. Okay, that should do it. Okay, let's pop this over here, and then let's start and put this together. So I've got a piece of Whisper White for the inside of my Seaside Spray card base. And then on the outside, we're going to use dimensionals and put this piece that we blended the Seaside Spray onto. And making sure that we're going to stay up here. So let's pull off the dimensionals. Okay, pop that out of the way. Let me take my bone folder again and just come along this crease here. Next, I'm going to put down a piece of tear and tape, and we're just going to do that right across the center here, center-ish. And let's furnish that with the bone folder, and then pull off the backing strip. And I've got some of this Seaside Spray shimmer ribbon, and I'm going to start out here at the edge and do just a soft little ruffle. You can hear my hand sticking to the tear and tape, and that's okay. And then I'm going to come across. Let's give that a good push so that stays in place. And then the trick here is creating the ruffle going the opposite direction. So we want to ruffle one direction and then the other. I'm going to have to cut this off and hope that I cut it long enough. And we're going to press. And I'm not pressing this forward piece at all because I don't want to stick it down before I'm ready to. And then we're going to fold this over, make sure our spacing looks good, ruffle to ruffle. I think I need to be left-handed maybe for this side. I usually work from the edge in rather than the center out. And I want to make sure I'm covering up my tape. Otherwise, we've got a sticky card here. Okay, there we go. A little bit of ruffle on both sides. And only a smidge extra ribbon. Okay, next I've got this silver foil that I've cut with the stitch-shaped oval. Oops, pulling off one too many. And let's put it down. And here's the last one. And we're just going to situate that right in here and push these couple of ruffles to the side. And I'm doing the oval low on center instead of right at center. So next, I've used the detailed dove dies. They're in the Stampin' Up! August through December mini catalog, and I've cut 2 sets of wings and a dove, and we're just going to put a couple of dimensionals on our dove body, and then I'm going to adhere the top wing first and then add the bottom wing. So I'm looking to see if I got glue in the right place. I need it just down. I'm going to call this the shoulder, just down in the shoulder. Okay. Now, I need to add glue to this bottom wing, and we're going to add a little more to the bottom wing, and then also down in this shoulder. And tuck that right in there. And now I'll pull my dimensionals off, now that I know that I've got that back wing situated so that it is going to be on the card. Oops. Because we don't want to, unless you're handing this to someone, you don't want this wing sticking off the top. Okay, and my sentiment is back here. Let's pull the dimensionals off for that. These are the mini Stampin' dimensionals on the back. I love to have the choice and not have to cut my dimensionals down. And I'm just going to set this here lightly a moment because I've got some greenery pieces cut in mint macaron, and I want to see about tucking these right back in. Okay, lift this lightly. We're just going to, and again, I want to stick this in just a smidge further. Okay, and we're going to add this guy on the inside of the card. I'm just dotting on some glue. And we're just going to put that down here in the corner. Let's move those over and grab our embellishment. And we're going to add some of these elegant faceted gems, and I'm using the clear ones because while I want to add a little bit of bling to this, I don't want the bling to overwhelm the card. Let me get one more here, and trying to decide on placement over here. Okay, and there's our Jewish New Year card featuring the detailed dove dies and the Make a Difference stamp set. You can find those in my Stampin' Up! Store. Thank you for stopping by today. You can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you click the bell, you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Have a great day. Bye.